to the same combinations, quite repetitively, whereas Crawford is unpredictable, and despite him not having the size, it's the shots that you don't see that hurt the most.
This lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy.
Canelo Álvarez, and that's just being honest. And I think what he has done in his career, he's proven everything.
Terence Crawford sent a strong message to Canelo Álvarez following their fight agreement, declaring his intent to shake up the boxing world. "I'm a threat to him and his reputation," Crawford stated confidently, highlighting his dominance across multiple weight classes. He believes his speed, technique, and ring intelligence will expose Canelo. Crawford isn't just here to fight, he's here to redefine greatness at Canelo's expense.
This is why he don't want to take a fight with me. If it's all about business, then you doing good business. If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, well, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want $200 million for Benavidez, and he want $150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy, because it would be crazy for a guy that started at 135 to come all the way up to 168, your weight, no catch weight, no none of that, and dethrone you. So, he got that in the back of his head. This guy, for one, he's tough. For two, he's a boxer. He moves, he can punch, he can do it all. I can't slip up and lose to this little guy. Then what will my fans think of me? What will my Mexican people think of me?
With the fight now confirmed, experts anticipate a fascinating clash of styles. Canelo Álvarez, known for his powerful combinations and elite counterpunching, remains a formidable opponent. On the other hand, Terence Crawford's unpredictability and sharp timing could create opportunities if he times Canelo well. However, Crawford must prove he has the power to earn Canelo's respect, otherwise, the fight could be tough. Analysts believe Canelo's strength and experience at higher weight classes give him an edge, but Crawford's technical brilliance and adaptability could tip the scales in his favor. This stylistic battle is a must-watch event.
So he likes to go to the same combinations, quite repetitively, whereas Crawford is unpredictable, and despite him not having the size, it's the shots that you don't see that hurt the most, and maybe Crawford can hit him with some unexpected shit. And because of the repetitiveness of Canelo, maybe he can time him, maybe he can counter punch with him, because Crawford is unbelievable at that. But I'm fascinated to see if Crawford has the power to get the respect of Canelo Álvarez, because when you don't, it's a long night. It's not nice. Like Crawford did well against Madrimov, and he won that fight for me quite clearly. But Madrimov was countering him. If you can counter the counter puncher, you can give them a lot of problems when they're not used to that. And Canelo can counter people really well. And as great as Terence Crawford is, we've never seen him in there with someone with the power of Canelo Álvarez. This is a different world of power. And look, maybe Canelo doesn't throw as many shots as he used to, and maybe Crawford might look at that and go, you know what, I'm going to try and outpoint this guy, not get into a war with him, but just show my boxing, genius, and outpoint him and outland him. That's possible. It is. This is why this is such a fascinating matchup, man. We've been treated to some amazing fights. Usyk Fury, for example, this is another one of those mega fights on Riyadh Sea.
Eddie Hearn acknowledged that Canelo Álvarez has already cemented his legacy in boxing and doesn't need to validate himself by fighting Jake Paul. He pointed out that Canelo is now more of a businessman, taking the fight primarily for the massive payday, potentially exceeding $100 million, rather than for legacy.
And that's just being honest. And I think what he has done in his career, he's proven everything, right? His resume is unbelievable. And if you want to make $100 million to fight Jake Paul, right? Like the thing is about Canelo, he don't tell any lies. He's very transparent, right? He's not going to try and justify this fight to you that, no, what I'm doing is I'm doing it to bring boxing to a wider audience. No, he's doing it for a sackload of money. So whenever you opponent forward to Canelo Álvarez, his question is, how much? And if he's a businessman at this stage in his career, right? And at the end of the day, someone is offering, whatever it will be, 80 million, 100 million, 120, to fight Jake Paul. A fight in which there is absolutely no risk. And by the way, you can't criticise Jake Paul. Because the criticism for Jake Paul has always been, when are you going to fight someone decent? Well, guess what? He might be fighting Canelo Álvarez. I don't hate it. I'll be watching.
Maybe time to give up the belts though. That's the fight to take.
Yeah, maybe. It might be his last fight. Who knows?
Analyst Hyans noted that Jake Paul has faced criticism for not fighting top opponents, but now he may have a chance against Canelo. However, he admitted that Paul has no real shot, calling Canelo a dangerous fighter. He predicted that Jake would suffer a heavy defeat but would still walk away with a lucrative payday.
No one's surprised that a fight like that's getting made, and I know you've gone out and said you do respect Jake Paul for getting in there. Canelo's a totally different beast to, you know, a definitely out of his prime Mike Tyson. Just talk about how much respect you would have for Jake for taking that fight.
Only respect because of the money. I mean, he's not doing it for free. He's not doing it because he wants to prove himself as a great fighter. He's doing it for 100 mil as well, or whatever he's getting.
It's a very, very scary match.
It's dangerous, and he's going to get spanked.
How many rounds?
However many Canelo wants it to be. I mean, the only thing is, Jake's going to be a lot heavier and bigger. But you're not, listen, no disrespect to Jake's ability as a fighter. He's fighting Canelo Álvarez, who is one of the top fighters in the world. So, like, he's going to get spanked, but he's going to make a lot of money whilst receiving the spanking.
Renowned boxing promoter Eddie Hearn recently disclosed that serious discussions were underway for a potential fight between Jake Paul and Canelo Álvarez. Hearn emphasized that Canelo is always open to fighting if the financial offer is right, stating, "Give Canelo the money, and he will fight anyone." This statement confirmed that Canelo was open to facing Paul, provided the business aspects aligned. In boxing, money has always been a crucial factor, and Canelo, like any top fighter, is willing to take on big fights with substantial financial incentives.
Really? I mean, it was all very sudden, wasn't it? Is it in relation to the Jake Paul fight? I don't know. I mean, look, Canelo, I'd say, Canelo don't care, right? Give him the money, and he's going to fight. He doesn't really have, and this isn't a negative towards him, because he makes it clear he has no loyalty to anyone, right? None to me, none to PBC, none to Turki Al-Sheikh. Pay me the money, I will fight whoever you want me to fight. That's basically it. So I guess the talk was a Crawford fight. Now it looks like the Jake Paul fight is done, by all accounts. So does that make the Crawford fight less appealing? Because he's kind of moving into that world now. And I don't blame him, because he's going to make an absolute fortune to punch Jake Paul. And I don't mind the fight, I've got to be honest with you. Like, I've given Jake stick over the years because he's done some things that I didn't like, and I'm just being honest. But you have to respect him for taking the Canelo fight. He's doing that because there's a huge amount of money on the table. But I don't mind seeing it. So yeah, I don't know I've no idea whether it's in relation to that or whatever. I've not had one conversation about it, but certainly, you know, Canelo moving into that world, if you like, changes things perhaps in terms of...
Initially, Canelo Álvarez considered a fight against Jake Paul in May while also exploring a potential bout with Terence Crawford. However, Turki Al-Sheikh, chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority, reportedly disapproved of the Canelo-Paul matchup. As a result, the fight was scrapped, and Canelo is now set to face Terence Crawford in September.
We decided to pull the plug on the Canelo-Terence Crawford fight September 13th at Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas Raiders Stadium in Las Vegas, due to the fact that Canelo Álvarez was trying to do a side deal outside of his 3-fight deal with Turki Al-Sheikh in Riyadh season to fight YouTube sensation turned professional boxer Jake Paul May 3rd. Turki Al-Sheikh wasn't happy with it. And so with that said, instead of getting the 2 Hall of Fame iconic fighters, first ballot Hall of Famers, in Terence Crawford and Canelo Álvarez in September, Turki Al-Sheikh decided, I'll find a new super fight for Terence Crawford, and we'll take the deal off the table for Canelo Álvarez. Canelo Álvarez then decides, nope, he and his team pick up the phone, they have a conversation with Turki Al-Sheikh, and Turki Al-Sheikh and Canelo come to a 4-fight deal that's going to cancel the Jake Paul fight May 3rd, Las Vegas at the T-Mobile, and is now going to see Canelo Álvarez possibly face William Skull the IBF undefeated Puerto Rican champion at 168, May in Riyadh season.
Boxing trainer Greg Hackett weighed in on the rumored bout between Jake Paul and Canelo Álvarez, clarifying that it was merely speculation. He also expressed that Canelo should not fight Crawford. Hackett's insights highlighted the complexities and negotiations involved in high-profile boxing matches.
All right, so news got leaked that Canelo Álvarez and Jake Paul in May.
What?
So you got people that think it's a rumor. I can confirm that it's not a rumor. This is something that we've known for I'm going to say we've known for about 3 to 4 weeks.
That's not going to be a real fight, though.
Well,
so that means Bud ain't happening.
No. They talk about Bud in September. Canelo, Jake Paul in May.
If he fight Jake Paul, he ain't gonna fight Bud. Cause I'm gonna tell you why. He gotta go up for Jake Paul. He gotta go up for Jake Paul. Jake Paul not coming under 200 pounds. You understand? Canelo gonna do the same thing Roy did to his body. Gonna go up and bring it back down, 68, fuck no. He gonna do the same thing Roy did against...
Jake Paul took to Twitter to express frustration over Canelo Álvarez backing out of their anticipated fight. He tweeted, "Breaking news, Canelo Álvarez ducked me. Jake Paul is now his own boss with no regard for the pride of the Mexican people who support him on US soil. It's not surprising, his whole career, he has done nothing for boxing outside the gym. I am the new face of fighting. You cannot have the biggest fight of 2025 without my name involved. When your events fail and lose money, you will all understand who the king of the sport is. I am 28 years old, the biggest name in boxing history, my own boss for 5 years, and all of you doubters want to see me fail, but God has other plans. This is the year of the beast, the era of the elephant, and the rise of MVP." Following the cancellation of the fight with Jake Paul, Canelo Álvarez signed a 4-fight deal with Turki Alalchik. This agreement marks a major shift in Canelo's career, aligning him with new promotional partners and opening doors for high-profile matchups.
Do this. Canelo versus Crawford confirmed. Not a rumor, not speculation, not he said, she said, or someone leaking the story. Confirmed. And I guess the confirmation doesn't get much more rock solid than the Ring Magazine putting this story out first. Ring Magazine, obviously owned by Turki. Turki would have been the one to put this deal together, and Turki would have had to given the green light for the Ring Magazine to even put that story out. That's as confirmation as you need it. That's it. The fight will happen in September. Touch wood, no injuries. Wow. Easily the biggest fight of 2025. I said a few days ago, Benavidez-Morales was my most intriguing fight of 2025. Obviously, that's now been put down to second place because this has been announced. Nothing can be announced to top this.
This agreement signifies a significant shift in Canelo Álvarez's career, introducing new promotional partnerships and expanding his opportunities for high-profile fights.
That you'd like to go up against Canelo Álvarez. What gives you the right to call out a 59-2 boxer, one of the greatest of all time, when you've not yet proven yourself?
I'm predicting what's going to happen 3 more years from now.
So I'm
going to get to his skill level and beat him. I have one of the greatest self-belief systems in the world, and I know what I'm capable of, and with this new team, I can give Canelo a serious run for his money.
Would you ever do like exhibitions like that, or like people like Jake Paul call you out, or these like other big stars? Like, is that business-wise like even worth it?
When I'm done with boxing, why not? Maybe I do it. I think it's
like when you're done like competing at the highest level, you're saying?
Yeah, I think it's good because what happened there is other people who never watch boxing, or they don't know anything about boxing, they wanna watch Jake Paul because he's coming from he bring fans from other world, right? Yeah. That's good because everybody enjoy it.
Would you ever entertain that idea when you're done?
Maybe.
Showtime analyst Saul Adot noted that speculation surrounding Canelo Álvarez's next fight has been intense. However, Jake Paul's involvement appeared to shift the narrative, with reports confirming that a fight between him and Canelo was ultimately cancelled. Eddie Hearn has not ruled out a Canelo versus Crawford bout, but Jake Paul's promotional efforts suggest that a fight with Canelo was heavily considered. If confirmed, such a matchup could generate massive attention, as Paul himself claims it would be a historic event, possibly even surpassing some of Mike Tyson's past fights.
A few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Álvarez.
I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. You know, he's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just, you know, just like to, you know, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'd be the biggest fight, which, you know, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him test himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get behind.
Turki Alalshik shared a video message discussing Canelo Alvarez's fight agreement during the Riyadh season.
Tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, there's, I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is. But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did like almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you know, you never know in boxing. We'll see.
He urged fans to recognize the significance of this development, emphasizing the positive impact these events have on the sport of boxing. Alalshik's involvement adds a new dimension to boxing promotions, particularly in the Middle East.
Influencer versus pound for pound great being the hang up in the fight, being the one that stops the momentum. Because it's not happening. There is no world.
Okay, then let me ask you this.
May I be struck by lightning right now if this is possible?
Wow,
a lightning bet.
If this happens, right. If this happens.
There's just no way. There is no way.
Wait. If what happens? If the fight happens, or if the upset of the century happens?
If Jake Paul derails Terence Crawford versus Canelo by beating Canelo,
then you book Jake Paul versus Terence Crawford.
Zero.
Okay, let me ask you this. If that fight ends up being close,
yes.
A lot of people are going to watch that fight, right?
A lot, because I think a lot of people are going to want to see Jake Paul lose, and
100%. Canelo's going to do this. Canelo would do this, and we're just talking.
Let's backtrack to your first question, which is interest. I'm very interested because, as I've long said, I'm on this corner. I only care about Jake Paul in spectacles. It would be an absolute spectacle to see a pound for pound. First, he did Mike Tyson, which, and I'm not going all the way back, but I'm saying in his most recent outing, Mike Tyson, an all-time legend, a pop culture icon versus Jake Paul, is a spectacle. Now you're going the opposite direction to nearly in his prime. We'll say maybe like he's on the back nine, but he's still close to his prime. He's still a top 5 pound for pound on pretty much anybody's list fighter. Going against Jake Paul, I'm in for the spectacle. I'm in. I don't think Jake Paul has a chance in hell, but I'm in for the spectacle.
And how long has he been beating the drum on this? He's been saying he's going to do this forever.
Let's see what happens.
Credit.
Great. That'll be 3 times. If you go 154 and win the belt, that's 3 times super. Mm-hmm. Then I said, chase super greatness. Come on, Canelo. 160.
Well, if he can get in there with Charlo in like his next 2 fights where he still got age on his side, then maybe go up again. Like if he's trying to chase the greatness. But I mean, he already done something that's never been done. Charlo don't want none of that smoke.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. weighed in on the upcoming fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. He noted that if Canelo executes his strategy effectively, he will emerge victorious. However, if he falters, Crawford could seize the win. Jones's analysis underscores the high stakes and evenly matched nature of this anticipated.
A lot of people are saying like, hey, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. Give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What he got to prove to Boot? Boot time to take over and start beating the guys around him, prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go fight Benavidez next. If he don't beat him, he say, okay, I took it as high as I could go. I'm done.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if he gets the win. Like, oh my God.
That's all for today's update. Stay tuned for more next time.